The Big 12 conference, the conference of the people. Coming into the year, everyone was saying, hey, this is going to be a really impossible conference to predict. The league is very balanced from top to bottom. All teams are pretty similar. I had the same sentiment going in. I also didn't know. I had a pretty good understanding of who the top dogs might be, but it's very hard to predict who would win the Big 12 and who would be the top competitors. Through 3 weeks of football, I think we're starting to form a better understanding of who these top teams are and what these tiers would be. Going into the season, it was like Utah, Kansas State, those are the two favorites, and then slightly below was a group of like 6 teams, and then a little bit below that was a group of like another five or six teams, but all like pretty lumped together. I don't think that's starting to be the case right now. So I think there's 4 teams in the Big 12 that are kind of separating a little bit right now. And that's Kansas State, Utah, Oklahoma State, and UCF. Now, Utah and Oklahoma State play this weekend, and a lot of these teams are going to play each other throughout the course of the season. But I think if that game is close, those 2 teams will still remain in the top tier. If one of them ends up blowing another one of them out, they may get shuffled down in the mix a little bit. But I think for now, we're separating into a top tier teams, and I think those 4 belong in the top tier in the Big 12. Now, I have also a peace category, a category where these teams were considered to be, in the mix for the conference championship. Maybe not like favorites, but really not far down the list of possibilities and potentially could win and compete for the conference. And that's Arizona, West Virginia, and Kansas. And to date, right now, through 3 weeks of football, they haven't really shown the capabilities of a team who can compete and win a conference and compete and win the Big 12. So I'm putting them in the peace category. We'll see how the rest of the season goes, but Arizona, West Virginia, and Kansas have not lived up to the billing of what their expectations were and what their hopes for, and I don't think that they're going to be able to compete for the Big 12 championship at the end of the season. Follow Big Body Ball CFB on all socials.